Good evening, everyone. Ads here from Unity Trading Group. Welcome to the Monday update. A little bit earlier today. I had a day off work, so nice and relaxing at home, but it gives me an opportunity to get our update done a little bit earlier for you guys, a little bit more up-to-date information, of course. But before we begin, of course, like always, links down below in the description, in the signature. Follow those links. You can join the conversation, further than TradingView, further than YouTube, of course. That's where we do these videos. And I'd like to invite you, of course, to join the conversation and continue, the job that we do here and continue your journey. But BTC, where are we at? Where have we been? Where are we going from here? So last week we did speak about the eventuality of this level of demand here. We did think it would be breaking or, on the trajectory of being broken. And that's coming to fruition as we speak at the moment. So the level of fibs that we thought it would return to was a 38.2, nothing really further than that. 61 and 50% was on the cards, but it wasn't on my radar as such as the 38.2 was. And we've seen that, slowly come to light as we see it. So slowly moving down towards that level of supply here and the bottom extremity of the level of demand, not supply. And we are, destroying this level. Pretty much has been destroyed already as we've, eaten through most of it, and we are, very comfortably within that zone now. So whether or not we see a movement to the downside now is probably going to be more likely than it was prior, to this weekend. So the most relevant or the most notable level for me currently is the 41K mark, where we see it just here in the middle of that trend. It is consistent with the negative 23 extension that we see down below. And of course, it is consistent with, some of the price action and the movements to the upside that we see just to the left-hand side there. And not only that, most notably, of course, we do have a fair amount of liquidity sitting at the left-hand side at that level, of course, as well. So that's going to be the area that I'm personally looking towards for a bounce or for a more notable level. But of course, along the way, there is quite a substantial amount of liquidity sitting at that point. So we're taking it as a grain of salt. However, that is the most notable zone for me. And of course, we do have a more even prominent, even higher quality level, down below at 37. Am I suggesting that we're going to see 37 in the immediate term? No, I am not. However, it is a more prominent zone, and we do have a very nice, confirmation of that zone existing with that retest to the to the right-hand side of that liquidity. You can see that very clearly with that candle being or retesting the top of that zone to make sure it does exist and it is there. So if we, zoom out to the daily time frame, we get more of an idea on what direction we can probably expect this to go to. If we're looking at this chart in particular, then that 37K mark ain't too far away, and it is pretty much in reach. Looking at this daily time frame for a more notable, retracement, should I say, from this rejection here at 53, 52,900, roughly there. So we are well within the means of getting there. But of course, we usually take it play by play on the 4-hour time frame, so it is a little bit early to call that. That sort of move. We should be looking at some of the liquidity that we have to the left, the more notable level of 41, and even some fluffing around, should we say, to let these indicators, cool off and start to move sideways before we see a more notable or more, drastic movement to the downside or to the upside or whichever way we are going to go. So, tonight we spoke more notably about where we think BTC is going to go. We want to know what you guys think. Leave a link down below in the description, of course. Leave a comment down below under the description, should I say. to let us know what you guys think, and leave a like if you really thought this was interesting and valuable. But I thought tonight we could probably extend the update a little bit, and we'll just have a look at ETH as well. Just a more notable, movement. I was very not impressed, but I was pretty keen on this playing out as it did. So I did leave the TA that we spoke about last time we spoke about ETH on the chart, and that played out not exactly, but it did play out to the area that we were looking towards anyway. And it's more notable that if we do see a movement to the downside for Ethereum, we'll be looking at that nice round number again, the 3,000 mark, which the liquidity does seem to like, and it is psychological level of support as well. So it's probably the more notable area to be looking down towards if we're going to see anything like this for Ethereum. And we could probably back that up with our level of demand down here, really giving us the validation that, the 3,000 mark is or does exist, and of course is relevant to what we're looking at. So a very similar situation that BTC finds itself in, where we are looking down towards, these more notable levels. We do have room on the RSI, steamroller, and on the RSI to move to the downside. And of course, backing that up, we have our level of demand sitting there very nicely. So that remains to be seen over the next couple of days. And I do think BTC has more downside in it, but, take it with a grain of salt. Give us your opinion, your thoughts, and we'll always be looking to keep you guys updated pretty much every night this week, of course. But thank you all for joining me. I'm Ads from UTG. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.